Yo, what's up guys? So what do you do when you do a great project that you think has a lot of value at work and no one gives a damn about it? Someone has posted this on Blind and I want to give you guys my thoughts on it, so let's jump right in. So the OP says, completed a high value project and nobody gives a F. Worked really hard to deliver a project all on my own. It was difficult and stressful, but I got it done and believe it'll be excellent for the business. Posted my docs and a demo video on Slack. It sounds like this person might be at Amazon, but who knows? Only got one thumbs up from my tech lead who sees the value in it. Sometime later, another coworker posted about a trivial thing they finished and everyone, including the manager, were praising them like a god. Oh, that doesn't sound too good. Later had a one-on-one with my manager and excitedly told him my project is complete and the value it'll deliver, and he was barely listening. It kind of hurts, not gonna lie, thinking about the late nights and weekend I put into this. Yeah, man, it is a tough situation to be in when you think that something is valuable and other people don't share that same sentiment. Let me start with this, OP. Your perception is that this was a valuable project, but before the project wrapped up and before you delivered it, how did other people feel about it? Was your manager on board? Were your teammates, your tech lead, your skip manager, and other people also aware and aligned that this was a high value project that needed to be delivered in order to achieve goal XYZ? Did you get that sign off? Did you get that sense, not just verbally, but also maybe was it documented via email or various different docs? Was it discussed in meetings that this was something that was highly visible to not just your senior leaders, but also to other adjacent teams who are going to be part of the project? If that's the case, and now people are saying, hey, it's not that important, let's just move on, that might be a problem. But I'm super curious if you actually went through this process and got the sense that this was valuable from the very beginning, or if it's a situation where you feel that it was valuable, but no one else thought it was. And I'm wondering if there's sort of a disillusion or misalignment where because you were owning it, because you were kind of the main key driver to finish it to completion, that you felt that sense of ownership and therefore you're feeling a sense of accomplishment by delivering it on your own. If there wasn't that alignment from the very beginning from others, that's where there might be a gap. And that's what I would challenge you on is, did you actually go through that process and get the time, the resources, the funding, and the attention and the time it deserves to make sure that it's on track, that people are aware of what you guys are doing so that you guys could get the proper recognition. I've been in positions too where I thought a project was important, and what I would always do is make sure that I'm aligned with my manager and working step by step along with my team, whether it's my engineering team, my marketing team, my UX team. If something's important, it needs to be very clear up front that this is a high priority project for reasons X, Y, and Z, and therefore we need all hands on deck to be able to solve it. If you don't have that type of commitment and you don't have that sort of verbal written sign off, then you're taking a risk working on something that might not be that valuable. And it seems like this might be the case. At the same time, you know, one of the other things that you should keep in mind is that a lot of companies and a lot of teams, what they like to do is, what have you done for me lately? And the mindset that a lot of managers and I think leaders have is that, okay, we launched this, great, what's the next thing? And you might be in a company, a culture, or you might be on a team where they're constantly thinking about the next thing. And they might not be taking the time to really celebrate the wins and taking the time to smell the roses, so to speak. And they just might see this as, hey, we did it, great, let's move on to the next thing. And you might be surprised and shocked by it because, hey, wait, I thought this was a pretty important project. Why aren't we getting the celebration and the recognition that I expected? And maybe that's where your expectation versus reality in terms of the company culture might be misaligned. So take that into consideration. And if that's the case, and this is something that is very important for you, where you feel that these wins and these achievements and accomplishments should be celebrated, should be recognized by your peers and also by your management, and you're not getting that, that also might be a signal that you might need to leave. And you didn't mention which company you're working at, but if that's the type of environment that I was in, where I did get that alignment up front, but then later on it's like no one seems to care, or the perception is that they care about something that you think is very trivial or unimportant, that also might be something you need to double check. Is it truly unimportant? You know, sometimes leadership might have a certain perception or understanding that, hey, this is more important than that because this is more customer facing, and even though it might not be the most significant driver of views, engagement, whatever, monetization, revenue, whatever it might be, but it's a strategic part of this new feature or product that we're delivering, they might be indexing more towards that. And so to you, as a product owner, you might not see that behind the scenes, but to a lot of leaders, they might have that perception that you might not be aware of. So, this is a complicated issue, and I'm not trying to marginalize it. I'm not trying to simplify it or say that you're wrong, but I would just double check yourself and check your blind spots and ask yourself these questions to see if you're really in the right here, or if you might have some blind spots that you might not be aware of. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Have you been in certain situations like this where projects you worked on just didn't get the right amount of attention and recognition when you delivered it? Let's try to help this OP out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.